Yo guys, what is up? How are you doing? I hope you guys are doing all right, and I hope you guys have a minute for this because I think you really don't want to miss this. The thing that I am about to announce, the project that I am so eager to talk to you about, actually holds some of this season's biggest buzzwords that you have ever heard in the world of cryptocurrencies. And I'm talking about DeFi, I'm talking about staking, I'm talking about high yield rewards, I'm talking about degen stuff, I'm talking about ohm forks, and let's not forget NFTs. Now, if you want to know more about this crazy project, then I suggest you really sit tight. This is not going to be a one episode cover all because it's just too big to wrap my head around. And the last big word that you really want to keep in your head is alpha release. So guys, sit tight. This is gonna be a big one. I'm so excited. I hope you guys can see it, and I hope you guys can feel it too. Here we are, guys, back at the computer. Now, as you can see in the background, the project I am talking about is called Warp. Warp, you can see like the faster than light speed particles flashing by and stuff. It's very sci-fi inspired, and we really do like this because we are DeFi degens. But this is not what is most appealing of all. Like I said, this is an ohm fork. This is based on an ohm fork, but you know what? Developers are not stupid. Every iteration after iteration, whether it's their making or somebody else's, they do observe, they learn from each other's mistakes, and they try to apply on the next iteration that they launch. So presents Warp. Warp speed ahead. Bonds faster than light. So Warp is an ohm fork that will be launching on Polygon. Now, last night, I was having a live Zoom conversation with some of the developers, and they just got announced that Synapse officially partnered up with Warp, and as you can see, it's already on their login page. All links will be in the description, but let's dive a little bit deeper and let's try to understand what this is all about and what makes the difference between Warp or any other ohm fork like Olympus DAO. Why not just stick to the originals and stop goofing off, will ya? Well, here it says Warp re-envisions the ohm protocol as a sci-fi metaverse. Now, if you're a gamer, if you're into sci-fi, you might feel a little tingle, but let's go deeper. It's DeFi, GameFi, NFT collections, and metaverse game theory all wrapped up in one. Beautiful. The idea is to build Starship NFTs using bonds, travel to different star systems representing multiple staking pools. So every staking pool is going to be a different kind of planet or star system. Of course, the first explorers to the new system, they will have the highest yield advantages. So there's going to be some gamification, if you feel the gist coming, in how to manage your portfolio and move it around. But yeah, let's see. Warp staking. You choose the staking rewards, just a warp away. Now, as you can see, let's this picture, this yield farm, this pool for us DeFi language using people called Earth in the Sol system. Has an APY of 601 million%, and this is beautiful. But Proxima B has 1 billion% APY. You can also see that starships, there are only 812 starships farming or staked at Proxima B, while Earth had 7,425. So how does this work? How does this whole thing work? We all know how Ohm forks do get their treasury, and the treasury backs the token that they are self-serving, so it's a self-produced token that they self-print and dilute, and ultimately the Ohm fork protocol is bound to buy back each token at a minimum when it falls below $1. So through bonding, the Ohm fork is able to fill up the treasury with stable coins and other values. And the bigger the treasury is, the longer the runway of the dilution of said token is going to be possible. This is the basic idea behind Ohm forks. So how do they solve this problem here? Because Ohm forks do have a lot of problems. So the warp token is going to be the native token, the native currency that you will be farming on warp. There are ways to get the warp token. The first one is going to be through APY, through APR staking, and you will get more tokens. But the other one, and this is going to be the one that we are most interested in, because we're talking about a launch, guys. I told you, this is alpha news. So the other way, the way that we are going to use is by bonding. So we will mint the tokens by paying DAI, MAI, or an LP made of warp and DAI. Okay, of course, to create the LP tokens, you already need to have some warp. So it's, you're gonna, in my opinion, most people will be using DAI to bond. Now, every time you bond, you will get a value, what may be a discount of warp tokens. But on top of this, you will also receive an NFT if you take a bond that is more important than $250. So this is here, each bond of 250 or more generates a Starship part NFT at the time of bonding. Now, those parts can be bought and sold also on OpenSea. So you guys have to understand that these parts will be minted, and it will be a random drop. You can get a hull part, a bridge part, or an engine part. They can drop at random. If you want to create your starship, you are going to need all three of these. So we've been talking over the AMA of how the launch is going to be. And quite frankly, I think that they have 40,000 mints available. Or 30,000 mints, I can't remember, but it is limited. So what do you think, guys? Do you think that this is going to be a minting war, and then afterwards people are going to resell these parts that they don't need on OpenSea? Are you going to participate? Do you think this is something interesting? Because in my opinion, when we're thinking about Ohm fork, DeFi, staking pools, all these things, it's one big pot. The most important thing they are all missing is a closed ecosystem where items do have a value, Because there is a created need. You remember that thing?
Sell me that pen. Watch. Go on.
Why don't you do me a favor? Write your name down on that napkin for me.
I don't have a pen.
Exactly. Supply and demand, my friend.
You know what I'm saying? He's creating urgency. So you get him to want to buy the stuff.
This is exactly what they did, right? Create supply and demand. Make people really need these things, and then let the market set the price by itself on its own. So how do you think about this for a deal? You can get in early stage, no pre-sale, no nothing. They are doing a completely fair launch. Plus, if you invest $250 or more, you will get for each mint an NFT of at least the same and equal value. So that is an instant doubling your money. Now, lastly, let's move over quickly to the GitBook. Everything can be found on their page, and guys, I will leave a link in the description down below so you can easily find your way down the trail of breadcrumbs that I will be leaving behind for you. If you know what ohm forks are, then all this is just basic recap, and I can glance over it because staking, bonding, tokenomics, we can have a quick look at it. So they will be launching on Polygon network. Very important, you know, they won't be sitting and waiting on their own network because it's not gonna work. You will need MetaMask to be configured to Polygon, so look it up, look on YouTube, look on the Google machine. I'm pretty sure there's like a million tutorials already out there. I'm not going to make one for you. Exchange listing on SushiSwap. So you can either at launch try to buy the tokens, the warp tokens, directly off of SushiSwap, but keep in mind that there is going to be very, very low liquidity. The initial liquidity is going to be 100,000 DAI and 400 warp. So 1 DAI equals $1. If 1 and 1 makes 2, 100 DAI and 400 warp should be an equal liquidity of $200,000. So this is not a lot in the beginning. I do expect some price volatility, but this is going to be a fair launch, guys. So no VCs, no pre-investment whales that are dumping as soon as some liquidity starts to build up. Let's give it a shot. Now, one more thing, the developers team, they are big fans of factions being created. Their partners, where can I find them? Their list of partners. Do also have factions and stuff. I'm still not really sure how this works, but if you want to join the Wolves of Bybit, soon to be Wolves of DeFi or Wolves of Crypto, I have no idea, but we are a pack of wolves. If you want to join my faction, then feel free to click on the link down in the description below. And then I invite you guys to subscribe to the channel. Follow this thread very closely because launch date is coming soon. I really hope that you guys care to join me on this adventure. This is an ohm fork and you can be in on day one. Guys, have a great evening. Let all this information sink through. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends and family, dogs and cats, loved ones, brothers and sisters. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.